back to my channel, welcome back to a brand new video. Today's video is all about the land where everything is a pound, well, nearly everything. I have a big Poundland haul for you today, and then at the end of this video I'm also going to be showing you some DIYs, autumn themed, Halloween themed, some things that I picked up and going to DIY later on, so stay tuned to the end of this video if you want to see those little DIYs. As always with my Poundland hauls, I have purchased a little Poundland scratch card, so again stay tuned for the very end of this video where I'm going to be scratching off and see if I'm a lucky winner. Before I jump into this massive unboxing of 5 big bags full of things from Poundland, I did get a little bit of vlog footage in store, so if you haven't already, make sure you pause this video, go grab yourselves a nice cozy warm drink, get comfy, get the candles lit, and let's get into the vlog section of this video, and then I will see you guys in a moment to haul everything. Is this a new flavour of Twin Peaks? I've never heard of caramel crunch. I've heard the honeycomb crisp one, and then obviously white, dark, fruit and nut milk. But this one, I've never heard of before. They have a couple of autumnal jumpers in here. It even says at the top, check me out, I'm new. To be honest with you, I don't really rate the quality of Pap & Co. That looks cozy though. But you see, £8. I just feel like you can get something similar in Primark. That's quite nice though, that kind of tigress dress. The staple joggers are quite good though at £5, and they've got loads of different colours. I've had the men's one, in fact I've still got the men's one in like a sand colour, and I love them, they're so comfy. Basic beige fleece, how much is this? £5. And then these like teddy ones as well, very autumnal shades. Love this colour. Some pretty autumnal colours in the faux flower section. I've actually never seen these ones before. That's a really pretty like blush pink, and I feel like these are quite autumnal. Oh look, they've got these feathers as well. They're quite nice, aren't they? They're different. They also have these new in, which are like a mocha kind of colour throw. And also I love these 3-wick candles. Pomegranate's my favourite scent. Very Jo Malone inspired. I've never seen these gift sets, but I think they're quite a nice idea to get reed diffuser and a couple of matching candles. Oh my god, how yum does that sound? Salted caramel flavour frosting. They also have vanilla and chocolate. I've never seen these before, but I love iced coffee. And these are caramel flavoured, so you just add milk and ice, and you've got yourself a nice coffee. Okay, best aisle yet, seasonal. We even have Christmas over this side, but we'll save that for a later date. Let's see what Halloween bits they have. They have these light up pumpkins. I had this last year. In fact, I think I've still got that one, but this one cracked, so I might get another one, and I'm thinking about painting it white. I've actually bought quite a lot of skulls from HomeSense already, but if I hadn't, this is, I mean, this is £1. Forget the hands, I'm sure there's some kind of use for them. But take off that little spike there, even paint it white maybe, and have it as like an ornament. Don't really need this yet, but might come back for this. It's a pumpkin carving kit, which I think is a handy thing to have in for when it does get to Halloween time. This is quite a nice idea to have like autumn time. They're little fairy lights that light up in a jar. Quite like that they're gold as well. They have loads of new stationery in. I feel like if rose gold is a colour that you go for, or like a blush pink, then they have so many things. They have 19 to 20 diaries. These pens are cute. Little wicker hearts. They're actually in the wedding section. No idea what I would use them for, but I just think they're so pretty. I'm dodging that biscuit section before I buy everything. I actually don't need any food, so I think I am done. Although these do sound pretty good. Peanut butter popcorn bars. And they're only 90 calories each. I think they are pretty small, these, but that's not bad. I think if this guy wasn't in blue, I'd probably get that for in the garden. I think that's quite cute. But yeah, the blue's putting me off. Okay, there's going to be no method to this madness in terms of when I unbox things in order or anything like that. If you're a bit like, oh, that's a bit strange that she's picked up a purple doorstop, this hopefully by the end of this video should be a nice pumpkin, not purple either. So this is the first item, which is not my style whatsoever. Like I said, stay tuned to the end of this video and find out what I'm going to be doing with this. I also picked up some potpourri, of which they had a couple of varieties. I think they had like a vanilla one, and then they had this one which is frankincense scented, and it's called Winter Wonderland. So the silver parts I'm going to be taking out. The rest of it, love the little hessian and the wooden acorns and everything that's in here, so love the look of it. It also smells amazing. There is a little hole at the bottom, which I had a quick sniff of in store, and I preferred this scent over the frankincense one anyways. No, over the vanilla one anyway, so I picked this one up. I picked up another cooking lighter. I use these to go around and light all my candles, and I like them a lot. I like them every day. Pretty boring, but I picked up some sticky tape. These are nice and thick, so I use these for packing if I ever sell anything on Depop or eBay. I've actually hauled this before in the past, and this is going to be one of my little DIYs for the end of this video. And then I also picked up this square one, which has like a double glass frame, which you can put something, like sandwich something in between the middle. Again, a little boring, but these also may or may not, I'm not sure yet, come in handy for the DIY section. They are the wet or dry sanding blocks to smooth it out. That's what they're called, and that's what they do. Okay, although I'm not like super crafty, I do like to do it a little bit, and I found these 15 blank cards with envelopes, and I have a little card drawer upstairs in my bedroom whereby whenever I'm out and about and I spot a really beautiful card, whether it be a birthday, thank you, well wishes, whatever it may be, I pick it up when I see it and put it away for the one and eventual day that I might need it. So I like to store up and keep lots of really beautiful cards, so I don't feel pressured when it does come around to a celebration or whatever to have to just buy whichever card I can find. I already know that I've got plenty to choose from. So these are going to go in that, and I figured when and if I have an occasion that I want to do a little crafty DIY with, I picked up this little stamp set which has every letter of the alphabet obviously, and then it also has a black ink pad that you can kind of personalize. And I came across a channel recently whereby she does her organization and draws out her planner and diary, and you kind of plan and organize with her, and she uses these stamps in her journal and in her diary, and I just thought it looked so aesthetically pleasing that I picked them up myself. Okay, last item on the first bag. And this again is a DIY project for the end of this video, which you'll never guess what it turns into. But currently it is just a soap dispenser in this cream kind of marl pattern. It's kind of speckled, I'd say. These come with matching soap dishes and toothbrush holders, but for this project I'm just going to keep it plain and simple and show you guys what I do with this at the end of the video. Okay, moving on to the next bag now, and the first thing that I pulled out is this bubble wrap. Again, this is going to be used at the end of this video. I also picked up something which is a little premature of me, and something that I just kind of saw on a whim and thought I'm just going to buy it. I'm just going to buy it and put it away, and it is Lemsip. But the reason why I picked up this Lemsip is towards the winter months I do tend to get a bit sniffly, and instead of the stereotypical blackcurrant or lemon flavour, I spotted a new flavour. So as and when I do get a cold, you know, I've never wished a cold upon myself, but at least now I know that when I next do have one, I'm going to have apple and cinnamon. I mean, it's Lemsip. How yummy can Lemsip really be? But the fact that it's apple and cinnamon, and around winter time is when you usually get colds, I'm going to put this away in our little medicinal cabinet, and who knows, actually enjoy a Lemsip one day. I saw this and had to pick it up for the aesthetic mainly. Firstly the aesthetic, and then secondly for the actual scent. It is a Febreze Air Mist in this limited edition bottle in Vanilla Latte, which first of all, that scent is just incredible. But how pretty is this beige and brown packaging? It's very autumnal. Sneak peek to an autumnal house speed clean video, which is coming very soon. Another product for the autumnal speed clean, and one that I just needed another one of, is this Fairy washing up liquid, and I got it in Citrus Grove. Again, this orange is very autumnal. I like to go seasonal with my cleaning products, even Zaflora. You wait until you see which Zafloras I'm going to be using in that speed clean video. I actually can't wait to clean. Next up is a very random purchase, and I do remember having one of these once, but I never use it. It's one of these things that make you have a bigger bun. These are going to be, at the end of this video, hopefully transformed into little mini pumpkins. So I picked up 4 tea towels, is that it? Or did I get any more? I think that's it. And these again are going to be used as part of the DIYs, so stay tuned for that. As is this little cooking liner. All of these products, I might not use all of them, but they're all variations of what I'm going to be making. A little boring but staple purchase that I always get from Poundland is the Nivea Cool Kick 48-hour deodorant. Me and Tom actually share this, so we go through these pretty quickly. I picked up a candle. When is it ever a Freya haul without a candle? And this one actually smells pretty decent. It's in currant and oak wood, which obviously the Poundland tools, I feel like everywhere is duping Jo Malone now, and it's just the aesthetics of Jo Malone. It's so simple, minimal, timeless, classic, and very easy to replicate. So currant and oak wood I thought is a nice seasonal scent, so I'm going to get burning this ASAP. Something which I purchased in a previous Poundland haul but I wanted to show you for the DIY is this little glue gun. You get little glue sticks with it, but you can also buy additional, so you never have to repurchase the glue gun. So this may be being featured at the end of this video, and I just wanted to mention that it is from Poundland. As are these previous purchases from Poundland. They are just different spray paints. I've got a couple of gold ones there, a black and a white. So if you see these featured at the end of this video, they are all from Poundland. So that I'd avoid making a mess, I picked up this Wipe Clean table cover cloth, which for only £1 is just an easy, simple solution to make sure you don't get paint everywhere, because these are huge. So I usually, if it's dry, will paint outside and just pop this down like in our garden and use it. So yeah, it's always handy to have these if you are painting. Speaking of painting, picked up these set of 3 paintbrushes for the DIYs, along with this liquid gloss brilliant white paint. I don't actually know if I'm going to use this. I might use the spray paint over this, but picked it up anyways. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to use this. The pink stuff in the spray bottle, the Miracle Multi-Purpose Cleaner. I've seen quite a few people use this. I feel like Mrs. Hinch is to blame. New hype, new product, and I can't wait to use this. I might use this in my autumn speed clean because I'm so excited to try it. Actually, I've just realised it might be cheaper in B&M and Home Bargains. Maybe I should check that one. Let me know if you guys know if you can get this cheaper. But obviously from Poundland it is £1. Pumpkin! The most autumnal seasonal thing yet of this haul, probably, because you've yet to see the DIYs, is this cute little jack-o'-lantern. I actually had this one last year and it smashed, so I got a new one for this year, and I'm going to be painting it white or black. No, white I think I'm going to do. Again, for the DIY in terms of making little pumpkins, I got this Hessian bag, which is actually for storing your vegetables in. It's got a little toggle here. It's a cute bag in itself until you flip it round, and I'm not really a fan of that colour pattern, so it would have been better if it was just plain. I suppose you could turn it inside out. Oh no, it's not Hessian on the inside. Okay, forget that. But either way, this is the portion I'm probably going to be using. So if you do need to use Hessian, then they do have these Hessian bags. However, I also bought from the range a massive, it's like a tarpaul type thing which you're meant to put on your stairs to protect them when you're painting. So it's massive, but it's Hessian. So I picked that up for £5.99, which allows me plenty of Hessian material to make my little DIYs with. And yeah, just a little tip there, if you did want to go big and make a lot, check out that at the range, that it's in like the DIY section. I also picked up these set of 3 preserve jars, but I'm not going to be using them for preserve. I'm probably going to be putting candles in them, painting them, DIYing them later. And I've always seen these in Poundland, but they've always had a red lid. However, recently I spotted them with a gold lid, which is far more my style. Another cute little thing I picked up from the kids section is this chalkboard. I will be using this for the DIY section of this video, but it's definitely something much like a letterboard or pegboard is used for, that you could use multi-purpose, switch out every season and put little different messages on there. Quite like the idea of when you walk into the house, you have the Wi-Fi password is and then written, so if you have any guests they know what the Wi-Fi password is. These two may be a little DIY together at some point. This is actually a fishbowl for making drinks with from Poundland, but I also picked up this LED pillar candle. It's one of these flickering things that you just put a couple of batteries in. I've got a couple of plaques like the chalkboard. It might be quite a nice idea to DIY and personalise these placards, plaques, whatever you want to call them, with the little hanging hessian rope. Now they are meant to be like this. This one was £1. This one was actually reduced to 50p. It's seasonal for summer, the barbecue. But obviously you can peel this bit off. It is just a sticker. I mean, that's going to be a nightmare to get off. So all I'm going to do is switch out the hessian to hang from the other side and use that as a blank canvas. I also picked up these cute little light up pumpkins, of which I'm not going to be using them with the light up feature. Oh my god, glitter is getting everywhere. I will be DIYing these and hopefully transforming these to fit my style and my home decor. Just beware of the glitter. I picked up this Kilner jar. I love Kilner jars. I think they're so farmhouse kind of style, and you can use these obviously as their intended purpose is for maybe an iced coffee with some squirty cream, gingerbread latte, pumpkin spice latte. But I also thought you could use this as a jar and maybe put like a little floral arrangement, maybe some baby's breath in there. Oh, another paint that I picked up on this trip was this quick drying paint in a matte finish in desert sand, because I thought this could be quite a nice contrast to the white. I also think that is quite a nice colour for the pumpkins. I'm having a bit of a mismatch of both. Did you just see a sneak peek to my next item? I did so well to avoid all the food section until it got to the Lotus Biscoff spread. If ever you've had Lotus Biscoff biscuits, usually served with a coffee when you go to the hairdressers, oh my god, you need to try the spread. I was going to smell it, but there's a little thing on there, never mind. Shall we do some Halloween baking in one of my weekly vlogs? We'll see. But this is incredible. Okay, a previous purchase from Poundland included these two photo frames and prints actually. These are all from Poundland, but I thought I was going to switch up these because they're a little more summery and make them a bit more autumnal. Oh yeah, I forgot I had this. So I've actually used this already once, but it is a little wax melt burner. You pop a little tea light in the back there and then put your wax melt on the top, of which I picked up this pack of Yankee Candle banana bread. Oh my god, these smell so good. They have loads of different scents, but this one, banana bread, is like perfect for this kind of season. So I picked up that. I also picked up a variety of different like string and materials that can be used. This one's quite nice. It's like a hessian twine type one that can be used in the DIY section at the end of this video. I love the colour of this one as well. Again, that rich creamy pumpkin kind of colour. And then I also picked up again for materials for the DIY pumpkins these leather chamois, are they called? Chamois? The little leather cloths that you can use to clean your car. These are in the like car, there's a car section, isn't there, in Poundland? I usually bypass it, but I thought this material, especially with the little patchwork square design, could be a really cute farmhouse style finish on one of the pumpkins, or maybe two of the pumpkins. We'll see how I go with them. I also picked up this basket. They had smaller ones available at £1, but these ones were £2. They were like back to school or back to university sections, which had loads of different things in, of which this was one of them. So again, £2 for a little wire storage basket. They had different colours as well, if black isn't your style. And I thought this could be quite nice. Maybe the smaller one would have been better for this, but to have a little display of some pumpkins, real pumpkins, when they do eventually come out in store. I know our local store last year had miniature pumpkins, it had white pumpkins, all different colours, and I thought a whole variety, maybe one big orange one, a couple of different ones on top, could look really cute. I always check out the book section in Poundland because you never know what you might come across, and I found this matte black coffee table style book, which is the Pixie Woo's book, which is called Face. So it has loads of different tips and tricks on makeup application and everything like that. But to be honest with you, I'm just going to take off this section here and have the book just sat. I think it would go well with my Chanel book. Let's see how much it retails for. RRP 20 quid, and I got it for 1. I also picked up 2 more books, and this is actually the last item that I'm going to show you for now before moving on to the DIY section. They are so irrelevant to me. The actual story and book itself is, I'm not going to read them. But what I am going to use them for is part of the DIY. I know you're thinking, how the hell can you DIY a book? Just wait and see. Let's just have a sip of my coffee. Do you like my little Starbucks mug? I got this last year from TK Maxx or HomeSense. I think it was only a couple of pounds, and it's got an embossed Starbucks logo on it. So I thought that was really cute, nice little size for a latte. Anyway, moving on to the DIY section to this video now. Let me know if you want any more of these type of videos. And once we have finished with the DIYs, make sure you wait until afterwards to see if I've won anything on the scratch card. So now we get into the Poundland Autumnal Home Decor DIY section to this video. So I'm going to start with a very simple one, and this is going to be the DIY of the books. So as you can tell, I've lit my Poundland candle, and basically what I'm doing is just inverting the paper sort of sleeve to the books so that they are all white. Then taking this yarn and sort of tying a little bow. I have added a sprig of eucalyptus just so you can see what it looks like with some kind of plant or greenery, which I just think adds a nice touch. And then moving on to my little potpourri bowl, I'm just removing the labels, adding the batteries to the LED candle. I would recommend using an LED candle over a real one here because you've got the potpourri in there and it's obviously in a plastic bowl, so you just want to avoid any fire hazards there. And this is the finished result for that one. I did think you could add some twine as well maybe. But moving on now to the next one, I'm taking this purple doorstop, and this is the Hessian fabric that I was talking about that I got from the range for $5.99. There's literally so much fabric there. So I'm just arranging it into somewhat of a shape of a pumpkin and hot gluing the sort of edges or the seams, the folds, I suppose you could say, just to make it ever so slightly more pumpkin-like. I did tie a little bow with string, but I ended up going back later on and wrapping some twine around to create somewhat of a stalk effect. So moving on to possibly the easiest DIY, and it's simply to remove the label and the little pump for the hand soap and add some baby's breath or gypsophilia. That is as simple as this one gets. It's very urban, very anthropology inspired. In fact, more so Urban Outfitters, I feel, this one. So nice and simple. I love the colour of this. This beige is so nice with the other pots there in the background as well. Okay, moving on to the card DIY now. There are 15 in a pack, which I think is very generous. You can do this for any occasion, Valentine's, Christmas, or in this case, Halloween. And I've just taken these stamps and created a little Halloween message, and also stuck down a Polaroid just with some masking tape, but you could glue it, I suppose. I just didn't want to ruin the Polaroid. So on this one, I have written Happy Halloween Boo, as in B-O-O. Do you get it? I found that on Pinterest, but there were loads of other messages that you could write as well. So I love those little stamp sets. Now, this next one that we're moving on to is where the painting begins, and I took this paint, which ended up being really quite thin and pretty useless, to be honest with you. So what I did end up going back in with was the spray paint later on, which was just so much easier. So you could definitely avoid that step and just go straight to the the spray paint. So moving on now to the glitter. I'm just showing you here a little demo of what the lights look like. You're really not missing anything by not using that function. I've taken off the little stalks just to spray them separately, but that wasn't really essential. This, I have sprayed the orange one white and the black one the sand kind of color. But to be honest with you, I ended up covering them, but you could leave them just like that. But moving on to the fabric pumpkins now, using the little donuts. I started with the Hessian of the back of the vegetable bag. You feed it through the middle of the donut and kind of arrange it until you're happy with the shape of it. You can also hot glue gun it down if you want to. And then taking a twig just from the garden, pop it in and you've got a stalk. And I love this little Hessian one. I think it's probably one of my favorites. But I also did one with a fabric tea towel, as you can see. I just cut some pieces of string here as well, just to accentuate the folds of the pumpkin. And you can do this with all of them, just some of them. I mix and matched it, so I did some with and some without this string addition, just so that they all sort of vary in look. And it leaves you with a nice true pumpkin shape. And again, just taking a little stick from the garden, popped it in there to create a stalk. Now back to the Kilner jar now that it is fully spray painted white. I took this twine string and wrapped it around and around and tied it in a little bow and just positioned it so that the bow was at the front, and again added some gypsophilia to create a nice little floral arrangement suitable for this time of the year, but obviously this can be all year round as well. So the bigger pumpkin that I created was from this bubble wrap, which I got from Poundland, obviously, and I just kind of assorted it into the shape of a ball. And then took that Hessian fabric that I got from the range again and just kind of created the folds of the pumpkin again with this yarn. Again, stuck a stick in for the stalk, and there you have a beautiful Hessian pumpkin. And then moving on to, again, a very, very simple DIY. Simply reversed the little picture cards that it came with and used my Dymo label printer, which you can pick up on Amazon. I got mine from Class Olson, but I do believe they are online at Amazon. And I just printed out trick or treat, stuck them onto the little paper things, but you could always just do different messages or even photo Polaroids for all year round and switch this out seasonally. I just think it's so affordable at £1. And there we have all the finished DIYs. If you want any more of these videos, do let me know. I also found this trick or treat, which I designed on the chalkboard on Pinterest. There are loads of different designs that you can take inspiration from. This is the finished result of all the different sized pumpkins. I absolutely love how they all turned out, and I'll definitely be creating more for my autumn home tour. Okay, so I didn't have a coin to hand, so I'm just gonna go with the end of a spoon. So find a stack of money to win. No win. Next game. Match 3 prizes to win. So let's see if I do it. I've actually never won on the Poundland scratch cards. Right, so I'm on to the last number to scratch out. I've got 2 10s, 2 20s and 2 1000s. So I need one of them to win something. A 5. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thumbs up if you did. Stay tuned for my autumn speed clean coming very soon, and then I'm going to decorate, go all out for autumn this year and do a full-on autumn home tour if you guys want that. So do let me know in the comments below if that's something that you'd be interested in watching. I'll also leave my Instagram fashion and my Instagram home account down below, where I'll definitely be doing some snaps and updates over on my home account when it's all autumnal and seasonal, and I cannot wait to get some content for that Instagram. So if you want to follow me on there, it's Freya Farrington Home, and my fashion one is Freya Farrington 1. I'll leave both linked below. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you all in my next video. Bye guys. I have 5 huge bags to unbag. So before I jump into the vlog section, before I show you, and that's it. Where is it? Ah, why am I there? Yeah, picked this one up for just £1, obviously, from Poundland. The pink stuff miracle this is the new, actually I've just realised, does this come cheaper in B&M on this metal material, but I will be DIYing these and hopefully transforming, and hopefully try as a little vase and maybe put some baby's breath in there, and maybe even tie some, what's it called? But if ever you've had lotus biscuit, knitting, what's this called? Rope? No. Thread? I don't actually know what that's called. How can I do this? If ever you have